Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network, based in the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
My next guest was on Chris Cuomo last night. We'll get to that conversation on NewsNation. But he's a diehard Knick fan, my next guest. He's a great basketball guy. He's on this show a lot. He's a brilliant stand-up comic. I've seen him a bunch of times at Caroline's. He's really funny, and he's been a great actor. And I mean a great actor. God, it's got to be 20-something years. He's my dear friend Michael Rapaport. Rob, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Sid, I'm doing good. How you feeling? I feel so bad because I know you got word that I was on Chris Cuomo last night. I already told you, and I'm saying this again publicly, and you can record me, have your crack staff record this, document it,
Okay.
that when I officially announce that the campaign for me to become mayor of New York City 2029 happens, I will be in the studio and I will be bringing us, you and me, and I don't eat it, but I know you do. I don't want to give your secrets. McDonald's. I will get you an Egg McMuffin, okay, and we'll have an early milkshake, and I will announce in person with you and with you only. I felt so bad. You're like, did you announce it? I said, I already told you. When I announced, I'm coming in the studio with my main man. Okay,
I know
with
that.
my main man, period.
I know that, but then Jake Novak is filling in for Noam this morning, and he played a clip.
Jake doesn't know what's going on. You said official. I said, what is Jake talking about? Jake's on at 3:30 in the morning. Jake doesn't know whether he's coming or going at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, that may be true, but he played a clip of you with Chris last night.
I know, but listen, people want it because you know what it is. Cuomo and people were obviously very, very upset, as I was and as you were, and I think. Oh, I didn't call in yesterday because I was listening to you because yesterday was when you had Trump on. But I was listening to some of the people you had on. Actually, you and I were texting. But I was so deeply offended and hurt and angered by what I saw yet again outside that synagogue in Midwood, Brooklyn. And Sid, I don't have to be a brain surgeon or a rocket scientist. Inevitably, what's going to happen, we could see the writing on the wall. Inevitably, what's going to happen in one of these protests, and I don't know who it's going to be, and I don't wish this to happen, but it's just the temperature and the climate and the momentum. Someone's going to get killed at one of these protests outside a synagogue in New York City because it went from what happened at Columbia, harassing Jews. It went from Zionists here, Zionists there, Mahmoud Khalil, and then it went for these dingbat, girls with their pink hair and the nose rings. And they do have pink hair and nose rings. That's not a stereotype doing it. But when you get men coming up to other men, something is going to happen. And the writing is on the wall. And you know that movie, Do the Right Thing, after the person got killed the next morning? We're all going to be sitting here going,
that's right.
Could it have been avoided?
Yep.
Should it have been avoided?
Yep.
And one thing that hasn't been done, Adams didn't do it. Kathy the Hack Hochul, she hasn't done it. It's really her job. You want to protest? Knock yourself out. But at very least, these dogs, these animals, these S-bags, these pigs, they should be forced to not wear masks. And I think that if they're not able to wear masks, there'll be normal protesters. I think there'll be less protesters, and they won't be as bold and brave to do what they've been doing in New York City. We're going on 3 years.
3 years. And I'll tell you where, and the proof is in the pudding.
Someone's going to get killed.
You're right.
Someone's going to get killed.
I
We
think
all
you're
know
right.
this.
Yes, someone is going to get killed. And the proof is in the pudding. Where I can prove you're right, Michael, is they did it in Nassau County. My friend Mazi Phillip and Bruce Blakeman, they took the masks off. And they very rarely, if ever, have any of these because these people are cowards. Some of them, they're not paid. Their mom and dad may see them. They'll get into trouble, their brother or sister. So they hide their faces because they want to be part of this horrible movement. They don't want to be recognized. But you're right. You got to take them off. Now, Dove Hyken was on the show yesterday while you were texting me, former assemblyman out of Borough Park, Brooklyn, for the better part of 40 years. And I love Dove, and he's gone to jail many times protecting Jews in the street with his fists. And he said, and I agree, Michael Rapaport, enough with the stupid, the horns. You're out there with the bullhorn and yelling and screaming how we're the victims. Dove says, listen, the ADL, that's not our grandfather's ADL. The JDL, that's not our grandfather's JDL. We need to start training Jewish people to physically, not bullhorns, nonsense, or Instagram posts, to physically defend themselves in the streets of New York City. Is that too much for you? Or like me, do you agree?
No, I agree. I totally agree. But Sid, it's one thing, to fist fight. It's one thing to duke it out. But I'm telling you, I'm seriously concerned. And I'm not concerned. I just know it because, like I said, someone's going to get killed. Someone is, and if it's not one person, it's going to be like some sort of terrible massacre in our own city, and we're all going to be saying he could have done this, she should have done this. But the one thing that I keep going back to, protest. It's the American way. Do all that. You want to be a scumbag outside of a synagogue, be a scumbag outside of a synagogue, but at least you should not be able to cover your face.
Agreed.
Because you can get away with so much more when you cover your face. You're not Billy the Kid. and you know what, Sid? It's also the thing that I realized about what happened in Brooklyn the other night. If you could make it here, you could make it anywhere. If you could do that in New York City, you could do it anywhere.
Yeah.
Because what I saw the other night in Brooklyn, in harassing Jewish kids in their own neighborhood, grown men sticking flashlights and kids riding their bike in their own neighborhood with yarmulkes on. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's not okay. But like Frank Sinatra said, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. If you could do that crap in New York City, it's all fair game.
It is, until you find a Republican governor like Ron DeSantis who will bash these people. I'm serious. Forget about First Amendment rights. His cops will bash these people across the face. That's why you don't see these types of events in Boca, in Fort Lauderdale, in Miami, just in blue sanctuary cities, blue sanctuary states, these ridiculous semi-Democrats. That's where you see it. Tell me about this. My father's birthday is gone now. God, he's gone almost 6 years. But my dad's birthday is June the 9th, the great Harvey Rosenberg. And something big is going on June the 9th on my dad's birthday. There's a documentary screening at Tribeca Film Festival in New York City. I believe the name of it is Am I Canceled Yet? You know anything about this, Mike?
Yes. And you're the first person I'm speaking about this publicly. We made a beautiful film about my journey, sort of going through what's similar to what you've gone through, and a lot of other people have gone through. Mine has just been a little bit more public, and yours has obviously been public because we're public people. Post October 7th, and it's a beautiful film. It's an inspiring film. It's also even darkly funny, but I'm very, very excited about showing it to people. And it's incredibly personal, and I hopefully inspiring. And it's not just for Jews; it's for everybody. It's a beautiful, beautiful film, and it's called "Am I Canceled?" It's a documentary. As you know, I am an award-winning documentary filmmaker. My 30 for 30 about the New York Knicks when the Garden was Eden. We won the Emmy for that. So I've made documentaries, and this is definitely very personal, dramatic, but also very funny because it's told. The narrative part of it is me doing comedy, and then it's walking through the journey of trips to Israel, the stuff that we did, the protests in New York, and all of it. It's good, and really fighting fighting against all the anti-Semitism, all the anti-Jewishness, and really essentially fighting for the release of the hostages, which Baruch Hashem we got, although obviously they all didn't come out alive.
Right. You sound like a mayor to me, man. I swear to God. And I know you said last night that you'll run for mayor unless you deem somebody, with Chris Cuomo, better. Maybe not better, but unless you deem somebody good, then you'll consider not running, but I don't think that's the case so far. Curtis is running again. He's been a joke twice.
Is he running again?
Yeah.
Is he running?
Yeah.
Someone's going to support this caca again? Kung Fu Curtis is going to do it again?
Yeah.
I listen, it's 4 years away. This is the only even idea, the only even thought why I'm considering to run for mayor is because I love this city. I don't know politicians. I've never been to D.C. on a political. I don't know anybody. I haven't known any of these people's phone numbers. I don't want to be governor. I don't want to be president. I want our city to be back. I want people of New York to feel proud. I want people of New York to feel safe. I want people of New York to feel included. And this bozo, Zoran the moron, is not doing that. And then I'm going to tell you something. The only way to beat this guy, Sid, you can't out cute this guy. You can't out politic this guy. You can't out smile this guy. It needs to be treated. My campaign will be treated with a New York City street fight mentality. Okay, it needs to be a dog fight. It needs to be a doodle fling, and it needs to be must-watch TV because he needs to be mocked. He needs to be shamed, and he needs to be called out on his bullcrap. He's talking about all these crises in New York. He's talking about the crime. He's talking about the affordability. Then why are you smiling? Why if it's so bad? What's with the perpetual smile?
It's true.
Where's your dad?
Yeah.
And what has your wife tweeted lately? These are the questions I want to know.
These are good questions.
Where's your dad? That sick professor. Where is he? What's he up to? And what's going on with your wife's social media accounts? That's and why are you smiling? If you're saying things are so bad and people can't afford groceries, why the smile all the time?